We are being deceived. Yes, you heard me right. We have been deceived, and the deception is the greatest deception ever pulled on mankind. Much of what we are taught from childhood isn't what we think. From how great America is, how we are free, how America is a Christian nation, to the 650,000 plus denominations that call themselves Christian. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Hamashiach. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. 2 Corinthians 11:13-15. One of Satan's greatest accomplishments is the church, and Jesus Christ. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and upon this rock I shall build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Matthew 16:18. What God has shown me this past year, I am going to share with everyone I can. But it is so hard to comprehend, most wouldn't dare believe it. The deception is so strong that had God himself not pulled me out, I assure you I would still be neck-deep in it. We were all warned of the deception coming, but that's for the tribulation, right? We aren't living in the period Yeshua, your Jesus, said even the elect would be deceived if it were possible. That's all for the future 7-year tribulation, right? Even the 7-year tribulation isn't what you've been taught. Who am I? I am a nobody. Seriously. I am not a scholar, teacher, or preacher. I do not pastor a church. And as for education, the world would say I am unqualified. I absolutely agree. I am not qualified to teach you this according to the world's standards, nor am I smart or holy enough to see something 2+ billion people don't. My only explanation is to tell you what happened to me before my conversion. Now, I'll admit I'm an avid student of the Bible. I spend ridiculous hours studying. I love the Scripture and the God behind them. Eschatology and prophecy is my favorite topic. I once studied nothing but prophecy for over 12 years, just because I was determined to know if I was going through the coming tribulation. By 12 years, I still couldn't be sure of anything. But one thing I was absolutely sure about. In all the seminary courses I sat in, all the church services I'd been in, all the old-time preachers with their commentaries I studied, and all the YouTube teachers I learned from, I learned one thing. None of them agree on hardly anything. One day, I threw my hands up and said, I'm done. I told God, I'm done with men. Tell me what this Bible says. You said I didn't need a teacher. Teach me. That's when my life changed, and my eyes opened for the first time. The first thing I noticed was my prior blindness. Everything that was fuzzy before started coming into focus. I quickly realized how far away I was, and everything I trusted in before was a lie. This series of teachings I will be putting out will expose the institutional church, along with their edits in the Bible. There is no Jesus, only Yeshua HaMashiach. Jesus isn't a translation or transliteration of his name. It isn't his English name. And the church you trust in is the beast system, being played out in a beacon of false light that I am going to expose. Stay tuned in.